Lighting the path in energy efficiency, the compact fluorescent lamp. Using less energy, cheaper and with a longer life than a conventional light bulb, they can save up to 2,000 times their own weight in gas emissions. And if you live in the European Union, you have to switch over by 2012. But saving the planet isn't high on this man's list of priorities. A worker in a local factory, he's been making the environmentally friendly lamps for more than a decade, handling mercury, one of the key ingredients in the chemical reaction that makes them so efficient. He asked us to keep his identity secret.
Sometimes the mercury would spill all over the floor. Some of it would mix with the water on the ground. Other bits would spill away, and we were just wearing shorts and sandals.
This is the factory where he worked, in Foshan, southern China. Earlier this year, he and 71 of his colleagues were tested for mercury poisoning. 68 were found to have such high levels of the heavy metal in their bloodstream that they needed hospitalization. Now the factory has all but closed down, although none of the workers have received compensation, and the owner is thought to be about to open up elsewhere. In this local hospital, we tried to ascertain how many cases they had seen. Foshan has become a center for the production of compact fluorescent lamps. Getting information on industrial accidents is hard. Little documented evidence of the problems of chemical poisoning exist, but one local doctor told us cases like this were very much on the rise. But as the developed world races to cut carbon emissions, business in southern China has boomed. Many of the factories that supply European and American markets have shifted their industrial base over here. This European manufacturer does impose strict safety regulations with regular health checks for workers. But with relaxed regulation in this region, it's very much the exception to the rule. And even here, it's clear the issues of poisoning aren't far from people's minds, as this worker told me.
The levels of mercury in the workers' bodies are definitely far above normal standards because some of the workers aren't careful enough.
Southern China has some of the most polluted land on Earth. Many of the rivers here run black with industrial waste. And with limited checks by the government, the workers are the ones who suffer most.
These light bulb factories in Foshan, superficially they make bulbs to reduce the pollution, to save energy. But on the other hand, they also produce huge amounts of mercury, which damages the workers' health.
China has to walk a fine line balancing industrial growth with its own environmental concerns. But as developed nations start to cut carbon emissions, China's left paying the price as the rest of the world tries to go green. Cheng, Al Jazeera, Foshan.